Well, hello my darlings and welcome back. I am so glad you are here. Today on my channel, I am going to show you how to create a Gallerie Aiden mirror dupe for a fraction of the cost of what it's selling for online. I sure do hope you'll stay tuned. For this project, you will need 1 pack of these 1-inch square mirrors. You will need 8 of these 5-inch beveled square mirrors. You will need 9 of these 8-inch beveled square mirrors. And you will need 9 of these decorative plaques. You will also need some black spray paint, and I will be using the Krylon brand. And of course, I will put all of these items in the description box below. Of course, we'll need our handy dandy tools. Let's get crafting. So the first thing we're going to do to prepare our mirror is we are going to create the background upon which our mirrors will sit. And to do this, we're going to have to join each of these panels together side by side and then top to bottom. And to do so, we're going to use our combination of that E6000 glue, which is going to give us our forever adhesion, but of course, which cures over time. And to ensure that we have that right now adhesion so that we can continue working, we are going to use our hot glue. And so now we're going to place our hot glue. And once we have placed our hot glue, it is simply going to be a matter of finding our placement and making sure that those two frames are sitting side by side and flush with each other. Once we have found our placement, because we know that hot glue is going to seal those two frames together very quickly, we are going to apply some pressure and set it to dry so that, or rather set it flat so that it can dry. So we're going to continue this process with the last panel on this row. Again, by going in with our E6000 glue, going in with an alternating pattern of dots, zigzagging, however you choose to, but of course not using too much because we do not want too much of that glue seeping through on the other side. And once you have placed your E6000, it is going to be a matter of placing your hot glue. And once you have placed your hot glue, again, you are going to find your placement. Make sure that those two panels are sitting flush next to the other, side by side. You're going to apply some pressure and then set it flat so that it can dry. I'm going to continue this process with 2 more rows of 3 that I'm going to glue side by side, and then I'm going to attach them to the one to the top and one to the bottom to create my foundation of 9. Now here is our panel of 9 that we just created, and what we are going to do right now is we're going to take this outside to spray paint it black. Now I don't want you to worry about the inside of those panels. As you can see, there is some depth to them where the writing is situated, but I want you to focus your attention on making sure that black spray paint is flat and nice and glossy on the flat part as well as on the sides, as we will not see that lettering when we cover our panel with our mirrors. So here is our panel that we spray painted black, and as you can see where the lettering is situated, you can see some of the yellows and some of the reds poking through. But like I said, once we cover them with our mirror, we will not be able to see what that looks like. And so what I'm doing here is I'm just playing with my placement to see how I would want to situate my 8-inch mirrors, and then on top of that my 5-inch mirrors, and then on top of that my 1-inch mirror to give me that graduated and asymmetrical look. So I'm just going to continue playing with my mirrors until I'm satisfied with the look that I want to portray to you or give you. And like I said, this is going to be your choice, and you will be able to situate your mirrors the way you would like them to be. So I'm just going to continue placing my mirrors until I'm satisfied with what I want them to look like, and then I'll be back to tell you what our next step is. So now that I have played with my mirrors and I have finally decided what pattern it is I'm going to use, it is now time to glue our mirrors to the panels we just created. And to do this, we're going to be working with a combination of that E6000 glue as well as our hot glue. And say it with me, my darlings, our E6000 is going to give us our forever adhesion and cure over time, while our hot glue is going to give us a right now fix so that we can continue working. Now what I'm doing here is I am placing glue on both the panel as well as on the back of my mirror, because what I want to ensure is that that mirror is going to be securely affixed to our paneling. The next thing I would like you to pay attention to, my darlings, is the fact that I took off the black felt pieces that you usually find at the 4 corners of your square mirrors. And the reason for doing that is because I would much rather prefer that you increase the surface area by gluing or placing your glue on the back of that mirror, as opposed to just putting that glue on those 4 little points. Remember, we're making things and hoping for longevity as opposed to just a quick fix. And so while you have placed your glue on the back of that mirror, it is simply going to be a matter of finding your placement, applying some pressure, and then allowing that mirror or those mirrors, if you're doing them all in one sitting, to dry over a matter of time. Now I'm going to continue this process off camera, applying glue to the other 8 of my mirrors, and once I'm finished, I'll be back to tell you what our next step is. So here we have all 9 of our 8-inch beveled mirrors that have been glued down to our panel. And so now it is time for us to place our 5-inch beveled mirrors. Now if you notice, I was standing there and playing with that bottom that was a little iffy. I would recommend allowing this to dry for a few days before you start to handle it. Of course, I am making this in one day for the purpose of filming, but I would even recommend create the panel, allow the panel to cure for about maybe 2 to 3 days, then placing the 8-inch mirrors and allowing those to cure for another 2 to 3 days, and so on and so forth. But here, what I'm doing now is I am getting ready to create the pattern that I want to with my 5-inch mirrors, and then I'm going to place them down pretty much the same way I did with my 8-inch mirrors. Again, if you notice, I took off those black felt pieces so that we will be able to have much more surface area by putting our glue directly on the back of that mirror. And so once I have placed my foundation of E6000 glue, I'm going to go in with my hot glue, find my placement, make sure I am having it as square as I could possibly get it with my naked eye, and then I am going to apply some pressure. I'm going to continue this process with my other 4 mirrors, and then I will be back to tell you what our next step is. So here we have our Aiden dupe that we are getting ready to put on the final touches. And what we're going to do now is place our 1-inch squared mirror on top of our mirrors. And to do this, what I did was those little felt rubber pieces that we took off of the bigger mirrors, I went in and I affixed those to my 1-inch square mirrors. And what this is going to do is it is going to give our Aiden dupe mirror, how can I say, a 3-dimensional look, or a look, what we're creating is what I want to say is a look of depth. So if you're looking straight on at this mirror as you are while it's laying down, you will be able to see those felt pieces underneath. But once this mirror is hanging on the wall, you will not be able to see that, but rather you will see that 3-dimensional effect. Now, I am going to continue placing these down. I'm only using hot glue for this part, and then when I'm finished placing all of my 1-inch mirrors and playing with it to see if I really need that many, if I want to edit myself a little bit, or if I want to place a whole lot more. But once I'm finished, I will hang this, and then I will be back to show you what our finished project looks like. Well, here you have it, my darlings, our Z Gallerie Aiden mirror dupe that we created for a fraction of the cost of what is being sold for online. Isn't it stunning? I think I would have to say my favorite part of this project would have to be the beveled edges of the mirrors we used. To me, beveled edges give items a luxurious feel as well as a display of straight, clean lines. My darlings, I think I would have to say once again that we have nailed it. Listen, if you have found some value in this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, as well as leave me a comment in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. To my Danny's darlings, I just would like to take this time to tell you thank you for all of the love, the comments, the questions, the concern, the feedback, the chuckles. Some of you guys make me laugh, and I just thank you for brightening my day. Please know that it is not wasted. To those of you who are not yet Danny's darlings, meaning you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please be sure to kindly consider subscribing to our channel today and joining our ever-growing community of DIYers as we learn from and craft with each other on a weekly basis. We would love to have you. And if you do subscribe today, please be sure to click the notification bell to ensure that you will be a part of our notification squad and you will not miss a video whenever it is been or whenever it has been released. And so, my darlings, before I sign off today, I would just like to leave you guys with the motto to our channel, which is simply this. Say it with me: why buy when you can DIY? And so, my darlings, until next time, please take care of yourselves for me. Know that I love you all. Bye now.